All right, again, good morning. Today is Sunday, day of the sun. Wow, February went, man. Months flew by very fast. All right. New York is mega cold today. If they were expecting a nor'easter coming up from the south, and I don't know how that because I just came in. Even though that had nothing to do with the video, I just want to show you guys so you see. Well, you probably know this if you're looking at the news just for fun. 12 degrees Celsius, 10. Okay, let's see, 10 degrees Celsius. It feels like minus 12, my friend. You step out right now. This is where I live. You see the dot here? I am in the danger zone. Danger zone. Anyway, let's get in there. It's really windy outside. You can hear it inside the apartment. All right, again, let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to analyze the goal, what the goal is doing, and what we can expect for the next week. Before I do that, I need to do this. Disclaimer. And subscribe, people. The subscription is free. You have to pay nothing. And this could be very relevant at the time for you to take a position if you choose to. All right. We analyze the market day by day. My computer system is following the market minute by minute. I don't do a video every day because it takes a lot of effort to do these videos in two different languages. So I leave it for the end of the week so we can see and plan. This could be part or you planning a strategy. All right. It's nothing new. If you believe you're going to create something new, you're out of your mind. Everything is already invented. All the systems are in place. We just choose which one we're going to use. So I try to be the most neutral position possible by analyzing this from different angles, but it could be a vision, a view of the market. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Gold, US dollar. Ba-boom. Dramatic. What happened with the gold? We were expecting a pullback, but I wasn't expecting a pullback of that side. That is crazy. All right. Okay. So what do we have here? Uh, first view. First view. What I do in my system all the time is I use Fibonacci expansion to try to identify areas where the price may bounce. Okay. My whole system is based on support and resistance. I don't take any trade unless they are overextended. I don't waste time in the middle of the trend. I wait for the movement to exhaust itself. Now, what happened with the gold here is absolutely a normal. All right. What? this this is an abnormality that is corresponding to the behavior of the dollar. Why I say that? It's a balance of force between the dollar and the gold. If the dollar is weak, this is what the dollar is doing, people. It's dropping like it's hot. So people buy gold like crazy. And this is an anomaly. Most of the time, the market is bouncing within a specific range to the point that it's already tell you the range of the market is this. See how steady the market move in a range. This is only 20% of the time, maybe 15% of the time. In this particular case, dramatic. So I got to a point and I freak out. I said in the other video, listen, I don't want to touch the gold because I don't like to buy high. I am a cheap motherfucker. Right? I want to wait for the price to lower. I do this normally. Everybody do this normally. What, you don't want to buy in a special in Target, for example? Everybody wait for the price to pull back, basically, you know? So I don't want to buy anything up here, even though the trend is going up like crazy. I have a mental problem buying high. So when you feel uncomfortable, guess what? You don't trade that because there is a bunch of other things that you can trade. Let me show you. This is my portfolio. Why am I going to trade one thing over the other? I don't have to. I look for something that I feel comfortable. All right. And that comes after a while, after you have experience. All right. Then you say, no, Forget about it. Let me look for another signal. I generate thousands of signals per day. Why am I going to be messing with this? Anyway, let's go back and analyze what happened. We established that this is a normal movement. So let's try to look. Let's pick this one over here, which is pretty big, right? And let's do a Fibonacci projection to see where we can expect. If you saw my other video, you saw me doing something similar. Here we go. Normally, people, this area here, I'm going to show you something very, very amazing here. This area of expansion between 131 and 161 is the stronger expansion in the Fibonacci system. We can see how it responds. This is a big movement here to the downside. So this is a major area of resistance. Therefore, it's a major area of support. Look what the price stop, people. You cannot make this shit up. You see, this is a block here. Price will not go to the. If the price go below this and come back and recheck, the whole trend is turning. The trend on the gold is not turning. Some people believe that it will reach $10,000. I don't know how is that possible, but at the same time, I didn't believe that it's gonna get to 5,000 either. But J.P. Morgan projecting that. All right, am I gonna beat J.P. Morgan Quant Group? No. In my opinion, we are handicapped trading with all these concepts. All right, so we can see that the rejection was brutal. Let's get closer here. Look at that. Pow! You will say, Frank, this is just a pullback. It's going to continue to go down. Yes, that could happen. But what caused this? What was the reason for this pullback? Well, normally it had to be a pullback in the trend. There is no movement and it's straight up. But this is abnormally big. In here, I think Donald Trump said some shit and the whole thing collapsed because the balance with the dollar went up like crazy and made this happening. Let's see it. If you saw my last video, we analyzed this, and I was kind of laughing because I saw. Let me show you first. I don't have the dollar in NT5 index, so I had to go to what I believe is one very awesome platform, which is TradingView. All right, let's see it. Dollar, US dollar. See, it's going up. And it went up like crazy. That caused that drop in there. All right, let's see it. Can you see it? It bounced way up here. Now, if you look, oh, this is the projection I did with the video in Spanish. I do this in Spanish and English. So I'm going to follow the same sequence. You know what? No, let me remove everything. All right, US dollar index, I'm looking at the daily chart. So before this happened, we discovered that this was an area of support. Can you see double bottom? You know, and I did this. I draw my lines here. What is it? Let me escape this so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me use my little square here. If you look at that video, you see what I did here. I say, okay, people, this is a double bottom here. So I was saying in the video, is this cross this to the downside? How far it can go down? I hate this freaking cat. So I say, yo, if that thing fly through here to this support, where is going to stop? When I start looking back, I say, holy crap, man. Look at this. This was what? January 2021. Holy crap. What will happen to America with this? I mean, I am really worried about this. All right. So, okay, let me see farther down. Okay, double bottom again. Oh, holy mackerel. This is 2014. So if this break below this point, the ABC is in here. Of course, it's going to stop here, 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 here. But I was a little bit worried. At the same time, I have my channel. I use standard deviation channel. This was a sell, a buy signal touching the band, all right, which is buy, stop loss, and so on. So I say, if this break below this point, then I look to the left. Okay, I have another situation here. Maybe stop here. Maybe stop here. But I was looking back and I started laughing. I said, oh my God, this thing dropped like this. What will happen to America? What will happen to the dollar? So I was freaking out. Now, what happened? The dollar responded here to this support, as everybody knows at this point. All right? You can see it right there. And at the same time, boom, this happened. All right? Now, let's keep analyzing this because this is the reason why the gold is moving in that way. The dollar is dropping like it's hat for years, people. The trend on the dollar is obviously moving down, and this is only like a midpoint on the downtrend. Look at this. Well, this is a big trend. Where is it? Where is it? Dollar is dropping like it's had since 2002. All right, pull back. Let me see this in the weekly chart just for a second. So we can see the large drop down. Look at this, people. Are you crazy? Impulse, retracement, impulse. The trend continued to drop like it's had. This point had never bridged. Did it bridge this point? You see now? This point had never been bridged. What it tells me, it's going to continue to go down. And it, in fact, did. Pull back, never bridge this point. The trend continued to the downside. And this is exactly what's happening here. Now, we can see that the short trend here, well, no, this is the weekly chart. This is moving to the upside. Did not bridge this point, moving to the upside. So it's not crazy to believe that this may continue to go up, even though the major trend is to the downside. So we are in a dilemma here. Now, let's get closer because this is weeks. This is January 2008 trend. It's moving up. The larger trend, this is the mid trend, the long trend. You can see it, right? It's obvious that the major trend on the dollars is moving to the downside, and that is scary. All right, see it? All right, let's go back to a shorter time frame so we can more or less have an idea what could happen here. This is 720 days. This is too big of a channel. 720 days, like what, 3-4 years. But nevertheless, oh, let's see it in 1 hour, because in 1 hour is 1 month. It's a more reasonable channel. I freaking love this platform. All right, you see, this is too big of a space here. So we see that the monthly chart is moving to the upside. Can you see it? It's pulling back to rearrange itself to go to the upside on the no, 1 minute. This is to distort. Let me get to 1 hour, hombre. There we go. Trend is still moving to the downside, but according to our system, this is a buy signal. We buy here, stop loss here, we buy again, and there is a missing line that is 3.0 back here. So the trade work here, buy, stop loss, never hit it, went up. So the projection in here is that this move at least to the middle of the band and then come back down. Now let's see this in another in a more little detail. Okay, let's get a little closer. is 1 hour chart. Let me go to the 1-day chart to see this movement here. What do we see? Let's analyze this movement. Impulse, retracement, never breach this point, the trend is going down. At this point, you can say, okay, what level Fibonacci pullback here? I don't know. Let me see. Fibonacci pullback. You cannot make this shit up. Golden radio, 0.61. Boom. Broke below, established a new low, and start moving to the upside. Now, this is my high point now, not this one. And this is my low point. That's market structure. So let's draw again my Fibonacci level from here to here to speculate how far up this is going to move. And this comes the assumption here. The assumption is, first, the trend is moving to the downside. This is a pullback into probably the golden radio, and it's freaking right there. This tells me that if the price enter this area and bounce off and reassess this downtrend, the gold is going to continue to go up. All right? Make sense? Again, this pullback is going to get up here. Probably. Will it happen? I don't know. If I will know that this happened, I will be zillionaire. All right? But basically in what I see, basically the evidence I see is the market, is gold bounce off this Fibonacci level in the direction of the downtrend. Impulse retracement. Back here, the gold is going to continue to go up, which back the idea that gold may reach $10,000. I don't know. I don't see that number yet, but it could happen. For that to happen, the dollar had to go down like crazy. All right? Could it happen? Yeah. But at this point, I believe the gold is going to go down and then rearrange the trend. Why? Let's look at it. Let's put our system on. We use a standard deviation channel, 1 degree, 2 months. Each hour is a month, all right? So here we see that it stop in the middle of the range. If you move it to 30 minutes, we see that it stop dead in this level of support. All right? This, in the system of first touch, is a buy signal. Buy, stop loss here, buy, stop loss here. If by this third level of the standard deviation, the trade did not work, something wrong fundamentally is in the market. Because most of the time, the market oscillate within these channels, okay? So based on what I see, this is my expectation for the gold. Market open, 2 things are going to happen here. That happen all the time. This may go back to this point and then reassess the uptrend, or this can take off to the upside. All right. So let's see what happened today. What today? No, tomorrow. Today late. I am in New York. It's 3 o'clock. So let's see. I will wait for a buy signal here. All right. Why? Because it's low. I buy low, sell high. All right. So I will expect to see a buy signal around here. Let's do a trend analysis. Let's go back to 1 hour. Let's bring my trend system. Upper trend to the upside. No, nothing new about that. Pull back. That's a buy signal. Pull back in the 1 hour buy signal. Pull back, buy. Now we have a pullback in 1 hour and a pullback in 4 hours. This movement has used to the downside. So what am I be waiting for? For this cycle to complete here. If I see this changing to the blue color, this is moving to the upside, and that will be somewhere around here. my buy signal. This is what I see. This is what I see in my analysis. Now, let's look another thing that I also always look is the polynomial channel. A polynomial channel is similar to the standard deviation with the facility to change the degree. If you change the degree, the lines get closer to the price. All right? And I have an element of projection. Let's see it. Where is it? Oh, here. This is 2 months polynomial channel. Obviously, the trend had not moved. The trend is still to the upside. Look how this broke all these, again, these movements are crazy because it break all the standard deviation, all the standard measurements. It broke right through. This is like, there are 3 levels here. Let me go to the farther away, which is 3.6 standard deviation. It went beyond that, all right? So now this is cool if you're expecting to see a pullback. If you're looking for a pullback, what you do? You lower your time frame. Point, point, point. Beautiful. It catches the pullback beautifully. All right. Why? Because we're tracking the market every day. This was a surprise in a way of the power, but it was no surprise because there is an expectancy. These lines start twisting around here. All right. So you go like, oh shit, this is extended to the upside. I had the expectation to look at to a movement to the downside. Will I do that? No. I had no need to speculate at that level. Do you understand that my system is working? But can you do it? Hell yeah. You can do it. Right there. You can see it. At this level, this is 24 level of magnitude higher. You're looking at the half-hour chart in this as a main trend. You see all this red. You see this red. You see the actual movement going down. Wait for a pullback. You will enter somewhere in here. Sell. That's a nice trade. Will I do it? No. Because I wait for these streams. I don't care about anything else. Why? Because by experience, that is where I caught the best movement. All right. So my opinion, according to this, gold will go down and up or take off like crazy. Let's see, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. This is going to engage to the upside. All right. Let's try to see the standard deviation. We see support here. So gold next week, I believe, is going to go up. This is a nice trade. You're going to enter somewhere around here. I don't know what system you're using. Let's assume you enter in the middle of the channel here. Buy. That's amazing trade. I will go down to 5 minutes and wait for the buy signal here. All right. Somewhere around here. Well, this is already responded to the 3.0 here. So if we're doing this, this is a little bit frustrating. But if you calculate your peak value, this is a very effective way to trade. Buy, stop loss did not work. Buy, stop loss did not work. Now just stand by. Something is happening. And we saw why. The dollar went up like crazy. All right. It's pushing this down. Now you wait here. I use an oscillator to get in. So there is 2 ways to do this. First touch, or you wait for the price to enter this area and comes out with an oscillator. That's the second way. All right, again, I would recommend to go down in time frame, wait for a buy signal in any other time frame. Let's say 15 minutes. You don't go to, you wait here, sit down at 15 minutes. Set up your robot, buy only. My robot is in buy only, but in 1 hour, I don't go below 1 hour. My system work 1 hour, 4-hour daily chart, and forget about it. I wait for my signal there. All right. All right, again, this is what I see in the dollar, in the gold US dollar. Don't forget to subscribe, and give me a like so my channel can go up a little bit. And have a nice weekend. See you guys around. Bye.